we back with another hot show on 100K better. Hey man, check this out. This comes from the Tap In with T-Vix and Miss Dean Network. Over 375,000 views. Check it out.
The nigga has some type of challenge.
Who?
Steven? Yeah.
Challenge.
Hold on. I'm about to
Man,
call.
did you see that nigga defending Jerry Jones?
Who?
Jerry Jones.
You talking about Stephen A. bitch ass?
Yeah. That nigga was defending Jerry Jones. With the racist photo and shit.
Well, this is what you have to understand. Stephen A. Smith, hey, I know it's late out there, but yo, hey, Luther,
Yeah.
I got you on speakerphone. What happened with the Stephen A. Smith shit? He said what?
He was on today. He said, so all you guys have so much to say and on your podcast, that's okay. I got my own podcast and I'm gonna address it. I stand by what I said. And he says about a man standing in the crowd at 14. He says, and I don't recommend white people to listen to me on Wednesday on my podcast because it's gonna be black on black.
He don't recommend white people to listen to what?
His podcast on Wednesday because it's gonna be black on black.
His podcast Wednesday gonna be black on back. Okay, so let me tear his ass up. Let me tear him up, Luke. I knew it was something like that. I just wanted to make sure I heard you say it. Let me speak on it. He said that he gonna fire back at everybody talking about him for taking up for racist Jerry Jones, the Cowboys football team guy.
First of all, at 14 years old, if you are in that crowd, it's because you with that crowd.
All day. We already know if you in that crowd, you with that crowd, just like you say, Luther. So let me get in his ass. I'm gonna hit you tomorrow. I want America to know this about Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith has a very unique job. He is the voice of the racist corporate world at ESPN. They pay him well to say and speak in the racist voice. That's why he laughs at us. Nothing happens to Stephen A. Smith when he disrespects black people. He does not get in trouble for this. Have you noticed this? This is the same people that wanted Kyrie to apologize who employ Stephen A. Smith. I don't think there's never been a time in history where a man can say so much negative things about black people and take up for people like Jerry Jones, and there is no repercussions for what he do. This Stephen A. Smith's presence in the world is proof as black people we don't really have a militia or people who ride for us. I bet Stephen A. Smith has not been approached about anything he's done to discredit and shame black people as he does such a well job of on ESPN, because ESPN is egging him on to do it. Charles Barkley is being egged on to talk about black people. He married somebody white and he bragged on his daughter marrying somebody white. I'm not saying just because he married somebody white, he's a racist, but Charles Barkley is a self-hating motherfucker. Shaq has proven himself to be someone who has bought into this corporate game where they have made sure Shaq understands you have to say and discredit and bring encouraging thoughts about certain black people on television. They won't get fired for this. This is how they do. That's why they do it. Their Caucasian boss tell them, listen, we need you to talk about Kyrie. We need you to take up for Jerry Jones. He was young at the time. Okay, boss, I'm going to go say something good. Don't worry about it. I'm going to put it together. And he went on there and he took up for Jerry Jones. We can look at Jerry Jones. We know when Jerry Jones had a problem with his players kneeling, and he said, he threatened them not to kneel. You know what I'm saying? That's a racist. Yeah. That's a racist, and people are scared to call them for who they are because You know what I'm saying? There's repercussions for that. This is the thing about bitch-ass Stephen A. Stephen A wants to be accepted by black people. See, he got money from ESPN, but he wants to floss around us. We should never have any type of party, gathering, hangout spot where we are around a Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith should be uncomfortable around black people because he talks about black people. Wait, listen, man. I ain't seen nothing wrong with Kaepernick or Kyrie where they need to get talked about the way he talked about them. But Jerry Jones, here's a man in a mob. That's a mob that Jerry Jones was standing in. And he took up for him. Stephen A. Smith used to quote my shit. Stephen A. Smith used to quote my shit. Shit I say on my show.
ESPN?
Yeah. I would have been one of them guests that he have on there. I would have been one of them guests he have on there. But I speak my mind when he do fuck shit. So, of course, he distanced himself from me. And when he saw me in public, Corey, all that shit like that, what the fuck? The shit when motherfuckers was talking about I was scared. Nigga, I ain't never scared, man. I'm smart. The fuck? You think if I saw Stephen A. Smith and we was somewhere it was just me and him, do you think Stephen A. Smith would have the same energy? No. Oh, I'll be like, look, man, that whole ass shit you do to make the motherfucking people look bad is foul. Stephen A. Smith played a game because he had niggas with him. I had niggas with me. He was bold enough to pull it and act like it's all good. I go with the motherfucking game in some situations because motherfucking gangsters don't show his hand. Emotional niggas be ready to fight everywhere and then act like they not emotional nigga. I'm not an emotional nigga. I don't have to fight on the spot. You dig what I'm saying?
Woo! Oh, it's getting crazy. It's getting crazy. Corey versus Stevie. Corey versus Stevie. Look, my opinion is, look, man, look. Ain't nobody shot nobody. Ain't nobody stole nobody's money. Ain't nobody did nothing to nobody personally to harm them. So, you know what I'm saying? Hey, look, we can disagree, right? Like, that man allowed to have his opinion, and you allowed to have your opinion without it becoming disrespectful. So that's my thought on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's try to agree to disagree. Let's try to agree or disagree respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think all of the name calling and all that other stuff, it's all good, but it's like, bro, what you gonna fight him about it, or what you gonna? I mean, like, cause I ain't gonna disrespect no man and call him out his name or talk crazy unless we gonna scrap or something, like, you know what I mean? That's just my opinion, but that's my opinion on it, man. Hey, look, and that's the conclusion of 100K or better, man. I'm your host, T Vix. Get with us, we doing numbers.